All right, so we just got the spoilers for the expansion set slash ultimate box for basically the release between, I guess, the set 4, since that just came out, and then the next draft box, or no, the theme booster box, and as well as set 5. So as you can see here, it is going to be released on the 2nd. It's $100. I think you can get it at certain places for like 60 something, so definitely look out for that. And then it has 130 cards total, 5 different leader cards, including the Zeno that we got teased on, and then 25 different battle cards, which I'll go all over a pretty cool binder, and as well as some refill stages or refill pages. Do I think it's worth the $100? Maybe not at retail. Maybe at $60, it'll probably be a little bit of a better value, especially since you get a 9-pocket binder. I don't know how it looks in person, but maybe it might be pretty cool. And as well as the battle cards, could be a good get when it comes down to, I would say, like resellability, I guess. But they do come all into a playset, so all of them come 1 foil and then 3 non-foil, not like the other expansion sets that were a lot cheaper, obviously, but those only come into 2s, 1 foil, 1 non-foil, as I understand, and as I've seen so far from the first 2 expansion sets, with the black cards and as well as the Heroes expansion. And basically, we do have the Zeno, which I'll go over in a second. We do have this really cool Goku, actually, and a bunch of ghost tokens. I don't think I'm going to sell those off, that's for sure. Well, maybe. There's a lot of goddamn tokens, actually. 25 tokens. The non-foil. That's kind of a bummer. We do have the gold stamped. I don't know what the gold stamp means. I mean, this is maybe this is the little gold sort of thing going on here. It doesn't actually show the inside of the binder. If someone can explain what the gold stamp part is, maybe it's just like the Crossworld slash Colossal Warfare stamped, just like the cards that you win for top 8 or whatever it may be. It might be just like that. It has a stamp. This is a badass background, by the way. If I can get this as a poster, I keep saying this, but like these are cool. Like you have to understand that these are legit. But these poses are pretty cool. I don't know if Zeno like being like facing that way, that's actually kind of cool. Like you have to realize that this man is like the one and only, the all-powerful, the almighty, the omniscient, in which can erase everything as of in the Dragon Ball universe. So him having his back turned and everything, with this sort of sinister look and everything, it's really cool. And of course, all the other heroes looking at the cameras looking pretty cool too. It's just like they all like paid a portrait and got a family photo. They're like, we're just gonna do this badass pose real quick. Which leader would I choose? I don't know. Probably the Vegeta, but we'll see. We'll talk through it. Got a new Kefla leader. We got a bunch of new cards, a Deborah card. We only have one other Deborah card. We got some love for Champa, a really random Buhan, but I guess it makes sense getting the Great Sandman and as well as a Gotenks. This new Vegeta, again, I'm gonna go through all of this. Really cool art for Trunks. Like this is just like his iconic pose, especially since that's basically just what he does. He takes out a sword and looks really cool. New Vegeta card, which is actually pretty baller. Still, just like Vegeto's in such a weird place. Like, I don't know. I'm working on something for him, so we'll see if it works. A new Goku black card, which is gonna be dope. This really cool Goku new Jiren, which is actually really quite good. The Zeno, it's like in between of not so much of lackluster or uninspiring, but between, yeah, it's usable, but I don't know how usable it is. But we'll go through it in a little bit. And we also have all these other cool Shadow tokens, Cell Junior tokens, Meta tokens, Chilled Army tokens. Obviously, not many people are going to be using these, but we'll see. Let's go into the card list and talk through it. So we got the new Kefla card. She has a red leader. She is a Saiyan Alien Universe 6, so you can use all of those cards for that. All of these have the EX expansion sort of rarity, so you know. Universal Survival Saga, we still don't have cards that have the era trait, so again, that's something to look out for in set 5, and as well as the upcoming theme booster, in which might specify era. So we're only getting special traits right now, but we might get era, which might be pretty cool. Anyway, so this one is a Taxability Card, and you can drop a Universe 6, and if you do so, draw 2, which is really good because you can untap 2, get card advantage early on, and then activate main on the other side, which I think, this is kind of weird art. Whatever. Whatever. But I guess they use the other art for the SR, which is the good art, but whatever. It's just awkward. Anyway. Activate main, choose one Universe 6 in your hand and drop into the drop area and choose this card or one of your Universe 6 gains 5k and double strike. Very cool. This has a lot of implications. I would say, I'm trying to think, there might be a number of cards that have critical. So let me take a look real quick. I know this is not the full list of cards for Universe 6. Some of these aren't even Universe 6, but most of these might be pretty cool. Like for instance, not this one, but the 3-drop Caulifla, in which you take a life and then it gains 5k and double strike. You can give it another 5k, or this one double strike and go for double strike, if that makes sense. And then this one gets 20,000 double strike. Might be pretty cool. This new Champa, etc, etc. So might be pretty cool to use. Of course, I am also probably missing some other ones. Oh, I will say that I know that set 4 just dropped and we're getting previews for the ultimate box. I don't think the ultimate box or the expansion set for this one is incredibly needed. There are some good cards in it and some cool stuff that comes with it, but it's not really needed. This one, and as well as a drop box, same thing, just the leaders for those. And from now until September is basically the only time that we'll get new cards for that. So since it is just being released on August the 2nd, we only have 2 weeks in the month for July, and I don't know when the best time to release the previews for that. So just as a quick reminder as far as that goes. But yeah, it's getting pretty quick, but this is really just on schedule. If we had it any other way, we would probably be a little bit bored. People would complain that there's nothing new, but at the same time, I'm like, you know, we'll see. But I think by the time that December ends, we're gonna have the new movie. We're gonna have everything out and released. Most likely Super, again, this is my prediction, next year that Super, the show itself, will restart, and we'll have more and more people coming into the set or into the game for DBS. And we'll see about that. But that's my prediction. It's all according to plan. All right, moving on. We got the Ghost combo. Goat Tense. We have the battle card for a 4-drop 20,000. He has double strike, but when you combo this card, if you lead a card as red, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, you play 1 ghost token, etc, etc. I don't know if this is really worth playing, simply because you have a 4-drop 20,000 card, basically. But I could say that if this is in your hand and you don't have enough energy to actually play it, or if you don't want to play it in general, you could just combo this out and then just play 1 ghost token. I wish it was 2. 2 would be incredibly good. But there's a lot of good stuff, like the new Burst Goku leader, which I'm working on something for that. The new Burst Gohan, the tournament pack, etc, etc, and as well as the Majin Vegeta that might get a little bit of boost for that effect. We do have the 3-drop Virtuous Strength. Virtuous, there you go. Strength Gohan is a 3-drop of 15k. If your leader card is red, this card can attack a battle card in active mode, which is pretty cool because the championship pack, or the championship pack Vegeta can do the same thing. It's a championship pack, but you know. And this is pretty cool because if you during a turn, if you KO a battle card, you inflict 1 damage to your opponent, which is pretty dope because that helps against free blockers. This helps against mitigation, especially since it is a 3-drop 15k, and it can pretty much match another 3-drop or whatever, or a 1-drop that they may have summoned, especially against like Jiren or Searchers or Tutors, etc, etc. So you know, this is pretty cool. I wish it was a 2-drop. It would be really, really strong if there was, but 3 is kind of where you're trading off for that. And since it is red, you don't really get the energy manipulation, and this is very much of a card where you have to make that decision, like, is this good enough? Also, it is a Buhan target, so hey, that's always that. Umbral Blade Dabura. So cool that we have another Dabura card. It is a 5-drop, so good luck with that, I guess. When you play this card, if you have an evil wizard Babidi in your battle area or leader card or leader area, this gains 10k and dual attack. So it's only when you actually play the card, which is kind of a bummer. I don't really see too much play in that. Rampant Evil, Majin Buu. And I might be overlooking some cards. That's cool. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments. That's cool with me. Rampant Evil, Majin Buu. It's a 25k with Deflect. We don't even get the explanation anymore. They're like, well, this is it now. This is it. Also, this is a 5k combo. That one is a 5k combo as well. They're really being, I see what you're doing, Mandai. I see what you're doing. When you play this card, if you lead a card as a Majin, which, yeah, I mean, we have two, yeah, we have a couple. At least we have Majin Buu, so that's something. This is a red card, by the way, so that's always something to look out for. Draw one card and then choose one of your energies, switch to active mode, and it gains triple strike, which is pretty cool. A nice little game ender, and it can't be cold bloodlusted or crusher balled. There you go. I'm not even gonna try that. Destroyer Champa. He is a god Universe 6, so pretty cool that we're getting more Universe 6 support and god support. Play this card. The leader card is a god, so like Zeno or Beerus, or Universe 6 like Caulifla, Kale, the new Kefla. Yeah, there you go. Getting it right now. Choose up to just 2 of the cards with opponent's cards with 9,000 power or less and KO them. Because it is a 2-drop, they can't use it for 10k, which is stupid, by the way, because one, this is a when you play this card, this is bad design. I'm gonna let you know that this is bad design, because when you play this card, and it has to be a god or Universe 6. That's cool and all. It's a very good early in to removal. But the thing is that, yeah, there are some of the like 1-drops. That's in order to mitigate those, like the Trunks and as well as the Kabbas and the Gohans and stuff like that. Yeah, I only say this is bad design, in which they should have done 10k power, because we do have exclusive to Baby, where we have Vow Revenge and as well as Revenge Death Bulb, which both KO something for a lot less for 1 and 0 costs, and a lot more as far as range goes. This is very limited to 2 of the like 1-drop criticals or 1-drop double strikers. So yeah, I see the design. Maybe it's not bad design, but I don't know why they made that restriction. Just make it 10k. It's not that big of a deal. Vegeta. So this is my favorite leader so far, as a Warrior Universe 7, just like the other Universe 7, so you don't have to pay any specified costs. You do have to pay their actual costs, just not the specified color. And when this card attacks a leader card, if you have a Universe 7 in your energy area, you get to draw and use this, and this card gains 5k. So pretty cool. The reason why this is really good is the flip side as well. During your turn, if you have 3 or more Universe 7 in your energy area, which, yeah, they're both Universe 7, this gains 5k power. So if you have just 3 energy with Universe 7, both of these are pretty much permanent. Like, it doesn't say permanent, obviously, but they're pretty much permanent. Like, you're not gonna take any energy out until it's awakened. And so this is just sitting at 20k the whole time. And it has access to Unyielding, it has access to any other blue stuff like Flute, and etc, etc. I think this is going to be a game changer, or at least a very strong leader, which is very good because it is Vegeta and he gets shafted. You know the deal. Also, when this attacks, you draw 1, of course, and you may choose up to 1 of your energy and add it to your hand. So you don't have to if you don't want to. You can just take the 20k and draw. And if you choose that card in your hand, wow. If you choose the card, add the card into your energy to your hand, or from your energy to your hand, choose up to one card in your hand and add it to your energy area. So this is pretty cool. So what happens, what I think is really strong is, yes, you have access to, again, Unyielding and Sensibi and all this other stuff for blue. I mean, you can play Sensibi anywhere, but you know. But what happens is that what you could do is play a 1-drop, and the 1-drops could be anything. You could range from the Master Roshi, it could be really anything, right? And well, anything for Universe 7, just anything in general. But if you swing and you play a 1 cost or whatever, and then when you attack, you can take that rested mode card, put 1 more from your hand into the energy area, and then you have a free energy back, and as well as pretty much a recycled card. You can pretty much manipulate anything that you need. And if you know that, like, you have to be very careful for this Vegeta leader too. You have to be very articulate in the deck building, because and I'm going to talk about this a little bit more than others, but again, if you have like a 5-drop and you charged it, so let's say you did that, and now you have 3 energy, or like a 4-drop and you charge it, and you have 3 energy and you have 4, you swing, you take that 4 energy that's rested because you use it for something else, and then you place something else that you don't need, like a 1-drop or something that is just not detrimental to you or important to you, and then you get to play that 4-drop or whatever it may be. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you could do with this, and I think this is a very interesting leader and very good in design and as well as just in general. I think this is awesome. I think this is right in the area of blue, right in the area of utilizing the Universe 7 trait, etc, etc. I'm very happy about that leader. Awe-inspiring Intimidator Ssb Vegeto. If your leader card is blue and this card is in rest mode, it gains barrier and it can't attack. Your opponent can't attack your leader card, which is pretty cool because now everything has to attack. And if you have the Bergamo, which is gonna be pretty cool, because it only specifies blue. I know there's like the one mono blue Super Saiyan 3 deck. I've been playing that. I just moved away from it. But if you do play that, this is a really good card for that, because now you can be incredibly defensive for one, and now you can play the other Bergamo, in which you probably won't be able to actually won't actually get barrier for the Bergamo, but this one will be barrier. We'll have barrier, so you can swing for 20k, rest it, and then now it has barrier, and now you have the other Bergamo in rest mode swinging for 20k, and now they can't attack their leader card and they can't attack your Bergamo, and if you have the other two Tree of the Dangers, it's gonna be baller. So that's pretty sweet. I love it. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, you draw 1. I love that card. Determined Leaper Trunks, Time Leaper Trunks. When this card attacks, look at the top 7, choose 1 future Trunks among them and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck and gains 5k. So taking a look at the targets for that, by the way, I mean, I know there's some other ones here. Trunks of Picture of the Future might be a pretty good one. This one no one really plays, but hey, if you have 3 or more energy, it gains 5k. And if you have a future Trunks in your battle area, it's a 1 cost. So I mean, you can do that. That's cool. This one is probably going to be one of your targets as well, and as well as this one and this one. So that's pretty cool, I guess. Nightmare Scythe Goku Black. This man has barrier finally, and when you play this, I mean, he's a god. Come on. And when you play this card, if you lead a card as Zamasu or Goku Black, you play 2 shadow tokens, which comes with the set. Very cool that we have another one that plays shadow tokens. I mean, it's very much in the thematic type of thing. It helps for the Unipatora for like the other Zamasu cards, so that's pretty cool. But I hate the fact that this is restricted, so restricted that it has Zamasu or Goku Black, and as well as a 3 cost. And yeah, I get it. He is still a Saiyan / god, so I mean, should guest target, which isn't really a thing anymore. But you didn't really have to do all that, Bandai. You could have just put this as 1, take the leader card into blue instead, or something else. But yeah, whatever, I guess. We'll see. We'll see if there's. I mean, we're getting more support, but we'll see if there's any play for it. This is a 4-drop indestructible 20k Undying Link Zamasu. When you play this card, you lead a card as Zamasu or Black. Again, same thing. When you have 5 or more energy, you may inflict 2 damage to your life, which basically is saying you can take 2 damage. You can take it from your life to your hand, and then choose up to 4 of your energy and switch to active mode, which is pretty awesome. This becomes basically, if you have 5 energy, which is kind of hard nowadays, and you have Zamasu or Goku Black, which most likely you're using Zamasu, you can play this man, inflict 2 damage, help yourself awaken if you're not at 2 already, and then basically play him for free. And that's pretty cool, because at that point, I think, no, I was wrong. I completely forget that the Joyful Strike Goku Black is a 6 drop. So hey, that's a bummer. So that means same thing though. You inflict damage, you restand. Pretty cool. So Indiscriminate Obliteration Sidra. It's a 3-drop with a 15k blocker, and you play this card, you may choose 1 card of your life. And if you do so, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards would equal or less to your energy and KO it. Pretty cool. This is also a god first universe, or the god of destruction for that universe, basically. So Zeno support, all awesome. And all of these cards that do have the Universe 7 trait, or Universe 6, or Universe whatever, you can play those in the Zeno leader, or Zeno deck, I guess. Son Goku, pretty cool. It's a green leader, so very archetypal. I don't know if that's a word. Bond 1, as long as you have another Universe 7. In this card, Taxability Card, you can draw 1, and then basically this gains 5k. So just like the other Goku card, the green leader, this one just doesn't have the silly restriction that you can't have any extra cards basically, and you just have to play a 1-drop or something similar, or like a 17 or whatever, and you can draw and get 5k, which is awesome. It's just a really good pressure early in. Now this other side is that if you have 2 or more Universe 7 during your turn, it gains 5k in double strike. That's pretty good. I don't know how I feel about giving more cards, but I will say in this meta right now, because people are just self-inflicting left and right, double strike late game is awesome. Last one standing, Son Goku. I like this card because it's a 5-drop, 25k, and when you play this card from your hand, if you're 9 or if there's 9 or more Universe 7 in your drop area for the duration of the turn, that gains 10k in triple strike, and it can't be negated. So you're going for 35,000 triple strike, plus you get to KO one of your opponent's battle cards. Pretty sweet. And it's a green card, and it's Universe 7, unspecified, awesome stuff. When you play this card for Vile Replication Cell, awesome. That's a 5-drop though. That's silly. You guys are silly. When you play this card, you lead a card as an android, draw 2 cards, play 2 junior tokens. That's it. The value for this is not good. That's all I can say about that. Deathless Warrior Broly is evolved for 3, and this is similar to the promo Broly, in which evolving this card into a Broly with a different name. The evolve cost is reduced by 2. So basically, it's the same thing like the other one, but you have to evolve for 3 or play for 4. And I know that's going to be confusing for some people, but I think that's how it should be. When you play this card, if your leader card is a Broly, so great. And you may choose what your opponent may choose one of their battle cards and KO it. And if they didn't KO, they have to drop 2. I think that's what makes this really good. Obviously, you're swinging for Broly, especially if you're awakened. You can KO something on their card, and then make sure that's board cleared. And then they drop 1 as well. If you have Broly's Ring, you don't have to. And then at that same time, if their board is cleared, which most of the time it will be in this meta, basically they choose 2 cards, and you just netted 3 cards out of their hand. I was gonna say if you can do it again, but I mean if it's when you play this card, so you know. Definitely a keeper for that one if you want to make a Broly deck. Limitless Energy Barrier Blocker. When you play this card, as your leader card is green, you choose one of the opponent's battle cards and KO it. It becomes a 3-drop, 20k in the Android 17 and 18. This art is awesome, by the way. It's cool. Elegant Assistance. Heelys, and yeah, I forget to mention Barrier Blocker strong with 20k. Yeah, I understand. Elegant Assistance, one of my favorite gods actually. It's a 2-drop for 12,000 because it is a super combo. Well, the thing is though, this one is if it's a god or Universe 2, which I forget which one Universe 2 is. I think it's the Maidens. Pretty sure it's the Maidens. And Zeno or Beerus, which is awesome by the way. It's just weird that it's a green in a Beerus deck, but maybe not too weird. If you just draw 2 cards and it gains 10k, so you basically drop 1 card into your drop area and draw 2, just like the Hoi. Pretty cool. This is the Jiren card, which I think is gonna be baller. All these leader cards have untapped too, by the way. And so Alien Pride Troopers to Universe 11, so all those traits obviously are good. It's a yellow leader, so it gives access to all of those awesome yellow things. And then basically when you attach the leader card, you can drop a Universe 11 and draw 2, which is awesome because now you're filling into your drop area for Overwhelm, and as well as his new effect, and you get card advantage and recycle. Because when you attack with the buffed out crazy ass looking Jiren Awakened, you draw 1 and choose 9 of the Universe 11 in your drop area and warp, and it gains quadruple strike. Now this is cool because you can easily run Bad Ring and just go for a game. But the thing is that it's cool on paper. It's just the fact that you have to You lose the warp, so you can't overwhelm for that turn. So you can't. You see the aura. You just. It's just kind of silly. You just have to. You have to keep going and try to keep those into it. And you have to fill up your deck, which isn't a bad thing, with Universe 11, etc., etc. But a 15k quadruple striker, you're gonna have to make sure they don't counter, and you're gonna have to make sure that you have enough combo cost. With the right stuff and the right cards, I would say, especially since the other quadruple striker, Jiren, and as well as the other Jiren, if you have enough in your drop area, this might be a good sort of game ender either way. And it's just the fact that if you have 9 at any time, you can get quadruple strike is just hilarious to me. Another Goku Junior card. Basically, if your leader card is a Goku lineage, so the new starter deck Goku, the other Goku, the GT Goku, and that one other leader, I think. Whatever. When your leader card is a leader, wow, Goku lineage, and your life is 2 or less, this card gains swap 8 for 5. So you can swap out an 8 cost for 5 energy. And that's it, basically. So you can keep this man on the field, especially with Ox King, and just let it sit there, basically just like any other Goku lineage. Or you can swap him out with Bardock and take a life and swap him out for free, and then use the remainder energy to get the 8 drop. That's a baller ass card. The Space Pirate Shield, Frieza Clan. Basically, when you play this card, your leader card is a Frieza Clan. You place up to 3 cards from your top of your deck, and if it's a Frieza Clan, in your drop area, you draw 1 and play 2 Chilled Sama army tokens. Cool. I mean, trying to make that cool, I guess. Trying to make that come back. And you'll see all these other Frieza cards have the same sort of archetype and theme. If there are 3 or more Frieza cards or Frieza Clan in your drop area, which will help by the whatchamacallit, Chilled card, which is a 3-drop. This is a 4-drop, and this is a 4-drop as well. Once per turn, if this card attacks, and if your leader card is a Frieza Clan, you place up to 3 of the cards in your deck, and if it's a Frieza Clan, you can switch this to active mode. So 20k going into another attack, and you can do this once per turn, so it's pretty cool. Frieza, Assumption of the Clan, has a 4-drop 20k yellow card. When your opponent attacks this card, or when your opponent cards attack, if your leader card is a Frieza Clan, you may choose up to 1 Frieza Clan other than Frieza in your hand and place it in drop area. If you do so, negate the attack and negate this skill for the duration of the turn. At least it's not for the game, so that's cool. Very free, pretty much a free counter. The Frieza, the Universe 7 Frieza, is a Frieza Clan instead of Frieza Army, and there's a number of other Frieza Clan like Cooler, I do believe, in which can utilize this effect too. Clownish Destruction Bellman. I didn't really care too much about this one. It's a barrier double strike. When you play this card, you can look at the top 3 of your deck and choose one of them, one card among them, and add it to your hand and place the rest in the drop area. If you choose not to, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode to KO it. These 4 costs, it's a very much of a like, do I want to spend 4 energy on one card, and is it worth it? And some of these are like, that's all I can really say about it. Zeno, which is a black leader, awesome. And you can't include cards that don't have universe in part of their special trait, which is not awesome because now you can't play most, if not all, overrealm cards. Treat cards with the universe as part of their special trait in all areas that have no specified cost, which is great. When this card attacks a leader card, you place up to 2 of the top of your deck and draw 1 card. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, you can place up to 2 and then draw 1, so it's always going to be a guaranteed draw. And you choose 2 to switch to active. Still has that trait. And when the card attacks, you place up to 2 of your cards at the top of your deck and draw 1. And because why you want to do that and why you want to keep it going with all that, you choose 10 of your cards from your drop area, send into your warp, and your opponent chooses 2 cards from their hand and places to the drop area. I think it's pretty cool. Again, a little underwhelming, but it makes sense, I guess. I mean, I thought it would have like something to warp or anything else like that, you know, that sort of thing for Zeno, but I think this is all right. I think this is an okay card, okay leader card. I think it might be good. I think some people, because of the universe no specified cost, I think they're going to be cool decks from that. this is a cool card. It's a 5-drop triple striker, force absorption, Demigra. This card attacks if you lead a card as a demon god, which is Demigra, and you have 15 more black cards in your warp. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards in knowing barrier and combo with them in your combo area. So not only that you're getting a triple striker, but you're basically choosing, you're grabbing everything in their battle area, and then just you combo with it. That's just crazy. So it could be up to like a 55, 60 something triple striker if they're playing anything on the board. So that's just something you have to play around. Now this one is going to be kind of a nuisance slash controversial sort of thing going on here, but this is a force ejection Masane. Basically you overrun for 3, which is nothing nowadays. You pay for 1, so perfect for Masane. If you place a card in your energy area in your charge turn, and you have less energy as your opponent, which is going to be good against a Super Saiyan 3. That's exactly what they're going against. Choose one of your opponent's energy, you set it to warp. So we haven't really got anything, like everything that we've gotten as far as energy goes, like we haven't gotten anything. Like we've gotten Mira, we've gotten basically the the Goku and a number of other cards basically that manipulates opponent's energy. But this is kind of an issue because I see where they want to, where the game is going as far as speed and everything else goes, and efficiency, early game, and etc. But we still don't have any kind of good stall slash. Well, I mean we kind of do, but just like ramping and getting up to a high cost, that stuff is just going away with all these cards going in. Especially since they just released all these 4 or 5 drops. It's kind of like this is a little bit silly for this. Like we want to use objection in order to get to those costs and not be punished for that, and this is very much being punished for that. I'm in between as far as this card. I think this is a very strong card. I feel like this is a very good card. It's a 15k attacker that fucks up your opponent's energy. Like that's just crazy to me. I would love to play this against Super Saiyan 3, and maybe this is their answer instead of a errata. So that's just my thoughts on it. Smiling Madness Stoa, we're almost there. Sorry for being so long. Zeno Evolve 4, and basically it does have double strike 20,000. Very high cost. I wish this was 2 instead. Just silly. Because all the other Toa cards are, I mean, yeah, there's a 1-drop Toa. Maybe 3 would probably be better for that. Play this in active mode, double strike, and then when this card evolves into a card, if you lead a card as an android, you play your opponent chooses 1 card of your hand and places in drop area, and then you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 3 or less and getting control of it. There are a lot of strong 3 or less cards nowadays, so it's really kind of good. Is it worth 4 energy though? I mean, I would play in the mirror deck, the one that untaps too. That would be pretty cool. Forced Destruction Mira. Zeno Evolve for 5, which please stop doing that. The other mirror is unusable because it's 5. Yeah, I get it has triple strike and it does have 25k, but dude, come on. If your leader card is Toa or Android, do we have a Toa leader? I don't think we do. If you have 10 or more black cards in your warp, your opponent chooses 3 cards in their hand and sends it to the warp. So obviously a game ender, like if they have just 3 cards, etc. But I would rather just use the other one that the mirror, obviously, that is union absorbed into it. This is obviously the target for that, so you use the 4 to get the Union Patora or Union Absorb, and then drop 3 for them, go for double strike, etc. And then the next turn you use the 5k or 5 energy to Zeno Evolve, and then do it again. You're just not going to be able to do it as far as to place in active mode, but you will be able to swing for that hefty amount of damage and power with the other mirror, and then evolve on that guy. So it's awesome. I see the concept, just very costly. Topo Unleashed, my man, finally. They're saving it for this set. EX Evolve 1, place 3 cards from the top of your deck in a drop area for Topo. So this is obviously in correlation with the other Jiren leader, but it doesn't have to be. And you have to evolve it on a Topo with 4 costs or more. So the red card, in which you have to, the red counter Topo is going to be the target for this man. It does have barrier block for 25,000, which is awesome for an EX Evolve card. damn, that's really good. And then when this card evolves into the card, you view the card as Universe 11, or if you have 8 or more Universe 11 in your drop area, draw 2, and then it gains double strike and critical, which is stupid. That's just awesome. This is obviously on the board. It's a black card, so that's a lot of stuff. This is a really good card, and as well as basically like they don't want you to play. They want you to play yellow black in Jiren, which might be cool. It's just, I mean, or maybe they just wanted you to evolve on the Jiren that's 4 or more that puts out rest mode cards. But I can see some play as far as this card goes as just a really good barrier blocker, even without the Universe 11 special trait for that. Awesome. That is it. That is really cool. It is a really good thing so far. Obviously, I have some opinions about a few cards, but I'm very excited to see all the other cards in general, and I think it's really good just in general as well so far. I really love to see and hear your thoughts as far as this goes. I know this is a lengthy video. I really don't care at this point. I'm going to give all my thoughts out and really lay them out. I want to make sure that it is quality over quantity. Well, I guess quantity as far as time, but I don't want to rush out as far as thoughts go, and I really want to read people's opinions and read my own opinions, formulate my thoughts, and all the other stuff. That's why they're so long. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like the video, dislike it. You know the jazz. You know the I was gonna say something else. You know the drill. So I will see you in the next one. Later.